theory.
Hey,
Hello. Welcome back.
likewise.
Okay.
And between now and then, Lily woke up again, so we shall see.
Cool. I lost mine there. Okay. So I did my six pounders for the day. Now I'm
So
moving
now
on
you're
to my
four.
four. I'm sorry.
I said now you're on to your 4 pounders.
Now I'm on to my 4 pounders, and
So let's see.
we'll see how far I
And
get
there's
with
one.
these.
And now that I've got you good, you're still interesting. Okay, cool. Meanwhile, I've got my ears open because I got the air fryer going.
Hmm. What you making?
Little mini frozen tacos,
Nice.
or at least what Americans would call tacos.
That's fair. I feel like this isn't giving me an accurate weight. All right, let's get it back in here.
Mm.
Okay. All right. Let's try this. That's better. Okay.
Oh, son of a. Okay, she flipped over again. I'll be right back.
Okay. So this is a plastic bat system that I got from the ceramic shop. Um, I am not amazing at cleaning my stuff, as you can see, my wheel, although I have to say this is really just a couple days worth of throwing and whatnot, so this isn't so bad. Once I get through my Umbria and my Clayer White, I'm going to wash all of this and work on just my buff clay. Either till the end of this challenge or for the rest of the challenge. We'll see. We'll see how much reclaim I had to use. Um, oh, I didn't cover you. You need to get covered. All right, you'll get covered later. Um, I don't really know. So I'm just kind of like randomly choosing how I want to put down this clay. Sometimes I'm stacking it, sometimes I'm doing brown and then white, sometimes I'm doing brown, white, brown, white. Um,
A cake.
what?
I said, like a cake with layers.
Yeah. It all just depends on I don't know what I'm feeling like. So let's see, where were we? We don't know where we got our powers from other than they're hereditary. Do you get visions from your abilities? Do you get people whispering in your brain from your abilities? Has it been completely radio silent? And if that happens, like your character's going to be freaked out? Aberrant Mind Sorcerer is like super cool for random stuff like that.
I only caught the latter half of that. I was in the kitchen. What?
Oh, sorry. Um, so we don't know where our abilities came from other than I keep getting Discord messages, but I don't know from where.
That one's from the Dungeon of the Mad Mage group.
Oh, okay. All right.
Oh, I'll be right back.
Okay. All right. Boop, boop. So I don't like throwing with slip. So this is, I probably only have one or two more throwings left with this water, and then I'm gonna have to change it out again. I was thinking about doing it when I came back down, but I'm like, nah, I can get one or two more. So I have a hard bit of clay in here from the white, because the white dries out faster than the Umbria, which is why I want to make sure that I get these things under plastic, trim them up tomorrow, and then keep them under plastic until they're dry enough for me to put in the kiln. Um,
Excuse me.
because
And
they
the
dry
kiln
at a
is what
different
makes
rate, I
this.
don't want them to split while they're drying.
The kiln is
Hello.
what bakes them, right?
Yep, the kiln is what bakes them. Interesting. I tell this to everybody. Um, so my sister-in-law is what is it called? A licensed funeral director. And
Ah,
so we were talking about our kilns one day, as you do. You know, two different kinds of kilns, but
I was going to say hers are for a very different purpose.
they are, but mine get hotter.
Huh.
Yeah. So I thought that was really interesting. I would have said hers got way hotter, but no, mine actually get hotter.
I
And
would have thought so too. What's
yeah,
the temperature difference?
um hers I think go up to 1600 and mine go up to 2300 for mid fire. For high fire, I think it would be 2600. I don't do high
Oh,
fire.
okay.
Yeah. So my kilns get hot. Um Before we had the air conditioner in there for the summertime,
I was going to say, what does that do to your AC bill?
yeah, we used to not have an air conditioner in there, and you'd walk in there in the morning and it would be like 110 degrees,
Yeah.
um, while you waited for it to like cool down. Um, we don't turn the air conditioner on while it's firing. But in the morning when we come in, um we'll hit the AC and we'll go have breakfast, and by the time we get back it won't be so bad. Um so you don't know where exactly your powers come from, other than they are hereditary.
Right.
Um, do you get like people randomly talking in your brain, or is everything like radio silent? So eventually, when they do talk in your brain, is it going to be like um, a weird thing?
It depends on whether I'm trying to listen in. Because remember, she can detect surface thoughts.
Right, but I'm talking about the thing that is giving you your powers.
Oh, derp. I'm not tired. No. Um, sorry, I'm listening to you, but at the same time I'm watching Lily.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm talking to you, and
Um,
at the same time, I'm throwing pottery.
that's fair. Um, I would wager it would be one of those where it's like she likely wouldn't hear them unless necessary. I mean, because I'm under the impression it wouldn't be a two-way communication per se, or would
Right.
it?
Nope, unless they wanted it to be. Yeah, that's not something that you would have control over.
Okay.
Ew, it's slip. I hate slip. Okay, definitely should have chucked this water before I started. That's okay. After this bowl, I can.
So I've discovered something surprising.
Okay.
Apparently, Lily has figured out that she can use the boppy as a way to push off.
Oh, yeah.
And
Uh huh.
so she's kind of using that to quote unquote try and quote unquote crawl.
Mm hmm.
And I say crawl very weirdly because it's funky. She will tuck her legs up under her stomach
Uh huh.
and then the rest of her body will lurch forward. And it's
Yep.
like, what?
Uh huh. Oh, yeah. She is mobile. Just wait
but
until
only
you
when
go
but
into
only
the
when she
next
has
room.
a boppy. When you put her on just a flat surface, no boppy, it's like she doesn't know what to do now.
Oh, yeah. Just wait until you go to get one of those tacos out and you come back in the room and she's no longer there.
Oh, good lord. Well, like I said, that's why I have those cameras on her. Of course, by that point, I will be keeping a much sharper physical eye on her, not relying as much on the cameras. Because I know from at least I don't know if it's a social or even possibly legal standpoint, you're not supposed to leave a baby quote unquote unattended.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, she's got half of her head hanging over the side. I'll be right back. That was funny. I scooted her back up onto the boppy, and she looked around and then looked at me like, "What just happened?"
For why, Dad? I was
Right?
working on something.
No, that's what she does when I flip her on her back.
Okay. First 4-pound bowl done. Okay. Where am I putting you? I don't know. I don't have any more flat space. Actually, this one's not going to be so bad. This is going to go where my clay just was. After that, I'm kind of screwed. But for right now, we're fine. We're fine. Everything's fine.
I assume it's not safe to stack them at the moment.
Oh God, no. They barely hold up their own weight. Nevertheless, something else's weight. They barely hold up the plastic bag that I put on top of them.
Fair.
Nope, they will not be stacked until they go in the kiln for the first time.
Right. Which begs the question too, when they are done, are you going to be selling them?
Yep,
Nice.
yep. So I'm making 100 yarn bowls. I'm expecting the 4-pound ones to go for 40 and the 6-pound ones to go for 60. Um,
I was going to request a large bowl myself for like mixing for salad or whatnot.
okay.
But
I have a bunch of those.
unfortunately, at that price range, I can't,
That's
because
fair.
that's a week's worth of food for me.
Yep. Same. I figure each one takes. Oh, I don't know what I just did. Pass. Oh, my scale says pass. That is unclear as to what that means.
Wait. The scale says pass?
It does. Oh, there we go.
Huh.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
there she goes again. Hang on.
Okay.
It's interesting because I've got my phone serving as one camera, which is coming from a camera on the wall. Meanwhile, the baby monitor camera is about 2 feet away from her, but the baby monitor itself is on the other side of the room. So between the baby monitor, her actual sounds, and my phone's camera, well, the camera that my phone is using, I'm hearing echoes all over the place.
Uh-huh. Yep. Ugh. I was just thinking that. I'm like, oh, those aren't even like in the same area to like not echo. Okay.
Oh yeah. Or God forbid I turn my phone's microphone on. It makes the weirdest feedback sounds.
Yeah, so I figure that each bowl takes 15 minutes to 45 minutes to throw, depending on if the clay does what I want it to. Um,
That's
and
impressive.
then what?
I said that's impressive.
Yeah, and then um, trimming will take me another half an hour, 15 minutes to a half an hour, depending on how much trimming I'm doing. And on these, I'm doing a lot. These will probably be a half an hour minimum because I have to cut the swirl out of them for the yarn bowl.
Oh crap. Hang on. I told her she's lost her tummy time privileges because she keeps trying to bury her head in the ground. I'm like, what are you doing?
The
I said, yeah,
carpet.
that's making me nervous. So I put her on her back instead.
The carpet smells good. Um,
Well, I say carpet. She's in her crib.
oh, okay.
Yeah, it's just a decent sized crib. And there she goes again.
Mhm.
Yeah, now that she's learned how to roll over, she rolls over all the bloody time.
Yep.
But again, she hasn't figured out how to roll back. So it's like, well, that's annoying.
That'll take a little while. All right, we're gonna see if we can bring this bowl back. If we can't, we'll
Oh,
move
for
on.
God's sake. I just sat down and she rolls back over.
Um, yeah, so it takes me about a half an hour to throw a bowl, and then takes me about a half an hour to trim a bowl. Um, and then it takes a week for the bowl to dry before I can get it in the kiln. And then it's 24 hours in the kiln.
So roughly, if my math is correct, around 26 hours all told.
Um, yeah, then once it comes out of the kiln, then it takes me probably about, if I'm only doing one color, like 15 minutes to paint it. If I'm doing two or more colors, 30 minutes to paint it. And then it has to go back in the kiln again for another 24 hours. And then it'll be done. Oh, then I have to grind the bottoms to make sure it doesn't scratch up anybody's tables. That'll take me 15 minutes. Um, so like active time, I'm probably working on these things for 2 hours. Um, plus about $20 in supplies and electricity. Um, which means I'd be getting like $20 for the small bowls. And then, and if I'm actively working on it for, let's say, 2 hours, that would be $10 an hour that I would be making.
That's pretty good.
$10 an hour is pretty good. Okay.
It's a good start for home for something that you're. How do I say this? For a work from home, that's better than I'm making.
But you're not working from home.
I mean, strictly speaking, I am. I've got a check coming from YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah, I got about 128 bucks a month, if that.
Okay. Yeah, I figure I'm making about $2 less than somebody working at McDonald's right now making these.
Your McDonald's does 12 an hour?
Yep.
Huh. Meanwhile, the ones here are clamoring for 15 to 20. I'm like, oh, jeez.
Well, that's what New Jersey makes across the river is 15. Um, their minimum wage is 15.
Technically, so is ours, but not all places actually hold to that.
Well, if it's minimum wage, they have to.
You'd be surprised. When I was working my last job, I was getting 9 an hour.
Were you paid per piece?
No.
Okay.
Well, I'll be right back.
I'm probably having issues because I'm not slowing down my effing wheel. Okay. Not worrying so much about trimming these odd little things because I'm going to be doing the spiral on them. I will figure out where the spiral goes and then I'll trim. Well, I guess I could take that down. Okay, fine. Okay. All right. Bowl, second 4-pound, eighth bowl for the day. We're going to put you there. We're going to block the TV slash monitor. Okay. You know, I say my things don't warp, but then I go to pound one of these in. Okay. Do I have more messages that I've been ignoring? No. Okay. Cool, cool. New brick of clay. Oh, that good moldy smell. Mmm, yum. Man, my dehumidifier is working overtime this month. Okay.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna give her something to eat.
Yeah. All right. I think I'm going to have to do my weighing off of this bat. Because I don't think it is weighing properly. Oh, maybe it is. All right, 3 pounds, 4 ounces. Okay. So, they say not to throw on wheelie chairs because you'll just push yourself away from the wheel. Um, while I want to agree with that statement, I don't. My floor is so awful down here that this wheelie chair isn't moving at all, ever. I have to work really hard to get it to move. But yeah, I'm thinking that tomorrow I'm going to get these things off the bats. Um, I think I'm going to throw in the morning, I'll throw 6 more 6 pounders. I'll reuse those bats. And then in the afternoon, or actually, I'm not doing this in the morning, am I? Um, well, when I get back from grocery shopping, I will take these things off the bats, throw 6 more 6 pound, throw whatever more 4 pound I still have, and then I will start trimming everything I did today and get it upstairs with some plastic bags over it so they can hang out and dry upstairs. That should give me, unless I need to trim them before I throw to make room for the new pieces. Okay, that's probably what I'm going to have to do. I'm probably going to take them off the bat, trim them, bring them upstairs to dry with plastic on them, and then throw the next 6 pounds and whatever 4 pounds I have left of the marbled stuff. I think that's the goal. I lost. Oh, I said I was getting more new water. All right, we're going to use this one. Typically, I go for my water with my right hand anyway. I don't know why I'm doing it backwards today. Look at my volcano. Okay, let's slow you down. Uh, and it's funny because I'm a slip caster, so like the actual like feeling of slip doesn't bother me, but like the rowing with slip drives me insane. All right. So the one thing they tell you is to not put your arm like up when you're throwing, but like obviously you have to when you have to get deep into the bowl because otherwise your arm is going to hit the rim and that doesn't work. All right. Cool. All right. Slow you down a little bit. Okay. You're going to see that these bowls are all different shapes. Um, and I want them to be all different shapes. I want someone to look at a bowl and go, yes, that is what I am looking for in a yarn bowl. I want that color and I want that shape. And um, so these are going to be a bunch of different shapes. Some are going to be deeper, some are going to be wider. Because I'm super picky when I pick out the things that I want to use. And I'm hoping that people are super picky about choosing one of my yarn bowls to use. Okay. Scale's going to be moved. Tools are going to be moved. Mouse can't be moved. I'm going to need the mouse. All right. More flat space. All right. Um, all right. Let us do this. Let's take this off. All right, let's take this off for a minute. I want to get the clay that's here into bags for the other six-pounders that I'm going to be doing tomorrow. And then I'll have just what's left for 4-pounders. And maybe I'll even weigh those off really quick. Actually, hold on. I did 6. I need 4 more 6-pounders. Okay. Like, I'm not going to have enough clay here. What am I doing? Okay. And then I can get my scale out of here. I can get my pounds of clay out of here. And I'll have 1 or 2 more spots to put some more bowls. But yeah, I think that's what's going to end up happening. I think it's going to be pieces are going to go upstairs with bags over them to dry. And I think I can fit 36 into the kiln at a time. 3 shelves, 6 on each side. So 12 on each tier, 3 tiers. And yeah, I think that'll give me 36 on each kiln. With, I think, 16 in one kiln or something like that. I don't know. But anyway, ugh, if I get splattered by clay. Um, and then once Gary gets caught up on orders for trees, I have to paint trees too. Um, but once that's all caught up, then we can just load the kiln with them and leave them in there for a couple of weeks. Or not a couple of weeks, but like 4 days. Um, which, yeah, 4 days for like the top ones. And they can dry. And then we'll do a slow bisque, which means it only goes up 100 degrees an hour. And doing as much as possible to negate cracking due to them being too wet. So plenty of drying time, plenty of kiln time. Okay. Uh-oh. Okay. You know what? You can sit right there for a minute. We'll get 3 made up. I'll bag up 3.
Sorry, about halfway through her bottle, I finally realized, oh, they might be able to hear what I was doing.
Nope, not at all.
Because I noticed I was hearing it from in the bedroom, and I was like, wait a second. Uh-oh.
Nope, not at all. Discord's like this is not people talking.
Well, I mean, at that when I realized what that possibility, I came in and muted my mic.
Ah. Okay. I'm just weighing out clay real quick to get rid of these bricks of clay because I am out of room.
Mm.
But I'm thinking tomorrow I'm going to trim what I did today, at least what I did this morning, and take that upstairs to fully dry so that I have more room down here.
Okay, Gary is saying that there's not going to be a game on the 17th. So
Yep.
2 weeks from tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm really not quite sure what he's doing tomorrow. I'm not going to be here. He might not know that
Ah.
because I don't think he checks the calendar as diligently as I think he does. Um, but we have a friend's birthday tomorrow
Mm.
that I need to find out if he's going to or not.
As for the 17th, I assumed it was dealing with Father's Day.
Oh, well, so I guess I can say this online now that I know that we have somebody coming and watching the house for us. Um, but we're actually going to be away the week of the 15th through the 22nd. We
Ah.
are um, we are doing an impromptu vacation. Um, my mother came downstairs yesterday and was like, "We're booking a cruise to Bermuda. Get up here and book." I'm like, okay.
No, I hear that. I'm we are attempting to try and schedule flights to go see Lily's or well, Jean's family,
Uh-huh. Yep.
preferably around her I'm not tired. I started to say her 1 year anniversary. I was like, wait, that's her freaking birthday.
It's our anniversary. Being alive.
I mean, technically. Although, if you really want to get technical, That would have been back in April, but
So when are you guys, and okay, so you guys are planning on going next April then?
no, 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 no. We are planning on going around the middle of January.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Of course, the operative word being planning.
Yep. Yep, yep. Okay.
Honestly, it's one of those where it's like, I want to go, but I don't know if I'll have the money
Yeah,
unless we
that's
unless I dip into my savings.
it's fair. Yeah, my parents can no longer travel by themselves. So, we're going. Okay. So I did 6. I need 4 total. Okay. So there's 2. Just trying to get some of this clay out of here. When you first said Gary said, I'm like, oh, is he listening to me? Is he just like, yeah, there's no way in hell you're going to fit any of that shit upstairs. Don't bring it up. My area. That's where I thought you were going to go with
Oh, I see what you're saying. No, I finally
it.
remembered that you commented that Gary had posted something in the Dungeon of the Mad Mage section, and
Oh,
so I
yeah.
remembered to go check it out.
Yeah.
No, I didn't want to do that. I want to do this.
So, what do you feel about? Oh,
She's just staring at the ceiling, just laying there. Huh? I got a feeling that means she'll be falling asleep soon. Okay, so what do I feel about what?
um, them randomly contacting you and either giving you information or just like looking through your eyes at a random point in time.
I mean, I have no real control over it, it seems, so I don't necessarily think her opinion would technically matter one way or the other. That
I
being said, she'd probably just have gotten used to it.
okay. Would you know that it's happening?
Good question. I mean, the looking through my eyes part, probably not, but as far as like giving me info, I would hope I would. Otherwise, what's the point of giving me
I
the info?
yes. I yes, I more meant the looking through your eyes, making you
Oh,
say stuff part.
oh, I see. As in, like using my own senses, all 5 of them, not just
Right.
sight.
Hmm.
Fascinating. Um, let's put it this way: I've had that happen to me in real life, and it caught me off guard when it does. So it's like, okay,
Okay. Cool. All right. So what was your last mission for the
as
Demir?
in, as in most recent.
Yeah,
I assume in this case we're talking about before going to look for info on Theo and whatnot.
right.
Oh shit! Hang on.
Okay.
Um, as far as my last mission goes, I think the logical part of my brain says it would have been looking up info on Buck, because otherwise, how would she have known about him?
Okay, I feel like that's part of this mission, though.
Oh, okay. I see where you're going. um, let's see. She probably would have been working undercover for the Orsov group.
Okay. Who were you collecting taxes on?
Would it be too lowbrow to say Benjamin?
No, works for me. Well, you didn't know him, though.
Right, not at that time, no.
So you already said you didn't know him. So let's go with somebody else.
Oh, okay. Um, I'm trying to think who would make sense. Um,
You can make him up. You can make up some random person in the Selesnya, some random person in the Simic, some random person in the Golgari or the Orzov or
hmm. Ooh, I have an idea. Let's say she was going to get, she was trying to collect taxes from Jacob. We could tie the whole thing together.
Jacob doesn't live in Ravnica.
He doesn't? Oh. Oh, right. They live in Astoria.
Well, it's no. Jacob is in the capital in a completely different country.
Am I getting my geography mixed up again?
Maybe? Jacob is in the
Hmm.
capital in wow, in the country that you're in currently where Lockwood is and everything else. Ravnica is the country above the one that you're in.
So she'd have no jurisdiction there.
Right. And they right.
Okay. Um,
Which is why I'm finding everything super funny that everybody wants a Ravnica background and like we're not in that country.
to be fair, the only reason I went with a Ravnica background offhand was because I know you've ran that place before, so I figured you would have an idea as to suggestions as to where I could have been from, etc., etc.
Cool.
um, I could show my age and say she's going after somebody named Butch Cassidy.
Cool. Works for me. I feel like he would be um Gruel.
Yeah, I could see that.
Oh yeah, you're hunting Gruel for taxes. How did that go for you?
I gotta remind myself what the gruel are. Hang on. Oops, not.
They live in the wilds and they don't obey any laws, and they're just like Ravnica who? Fuck all of them. Let's just party and kill shit and like hang out with nature.
Oh, that's beautiful. Um, I mean, I suppose we could do old school taxes and just take some of their flock.
Yeah. Yep.
Hang on, I want
So
to
did
try
you just
something.
like go and like steal part of their flock?
Um, Deal would be a strong word. I would say I relocated. I was involved in a relocation of assets.
Aye, careful of that bull right there. Ah, careful, right hand, careful.
Hang on, just a sec.
I'm yelling at Gary because he's getting close to my bowls, and I just spent a lot of time on them.
That's what I was afraid of when I talk about echoes, because I turned on the mic on my phone's camera, which is coming out of the wall. As a result, every camera in the room picked it up, and it bounced it all over the room.
Okay. It needs a bag.
And the hilarious part was because you were talking at the time, it picked you up too. And so now Lily's looking around like, what the hell? But yeah, to answer your question, I would say that particular group at some point would find one of their flocks slightly less than they remember.
Cool. Love it. And Dungeon of the Mad Mage is going to be canceled tomorrow.
Tomorrow,
Just,
too?
yep. Yeah, we have a birthday
No.
party tomorrow night, and
Noted, in which case I am technically free to sign up for Thursday's game.
cool. What? Yeah, do you want to join in? All right, I'll tag you in.
Hmm?
Gary is going to join us.
Ooh, neat.
Okay. Share your screen, more options. Add friends. Gary. Create. Okay. All right, well, there's Adam. Now we're just waiting on Gary to join us.
Oh, cute. I see what you did there.
I just did a group DM and then actually I did a group DM and then it was automatically just like, hey, you want to recall these people and there we go.
That would help.
Woo!
I think it did that because we were already in a video call.
Yeah,
Maybe.
rather
What am
nice.
I? Okay. That's good. No, I'm good.
Mhm. Um, so Adam has decided that his last mission for the Demir
Oop, I'll be
was
right back.
going to go collect taxes from someone named Butch Cassidy in the Gruul.
Uh,
So he went and pretty much relocated, he calls it, their livestock.
yeah.
Um,
Oh, repossession. Gotcha.
so
Repo job.
at some point, there may be Gruul after him for stealing their livestock, which I love. Uh, I don't know if you've actually been watching the video or not. I know you were busy today. Um,
Aside from when I was Aside from when I was working, yes, I had my phone on the charger, so I've just been listening now.
Cool. So were you listening to why he is with your group currently or no? Because if not, I'm not going to share it.
I'm not watching the video right now, no.
Okay, so
I think I was having an issue with Discord because it was trying to do Wi-Fi, and I'm too far away for the Wi-Fi.
I switched to my phone because I finally realized it'll be easier to keep an eye on Lily. So I'm back in the bedroom.
yeah, I was just saying to Gary that if he wasn't watching the thing before about why you're with everyone, then I'm not going to tell him, and he'll find out when other people find out. Unless
fine.
unless he watches this entire thing all the way through. Then he
Burning at
deserves
the
to know.
mill.
All right, so I threw 3 4-pound bowls so far. And in theory, I should have 10, so I should have 7 more 4-pound things left to weigh out. That should be how that works.
I have to box that tree. I think that's the last thing that I really absolutely had to do today beyond getting the film finished. And I didn't do, like I said, I didn't do the cat boxes, but I think I'm running out of time.
Yeah, we have people coming at like 4:30 today. I figured I'm just gonna keep working until they get here. But I do need to go and clean off the back deck so that we have somewhere to hang out.
Okay, cool.
All right.
Trying to clean up as much as I can. And yeah, you do need to take time for that.
Yeah.
Back cleaned up. But
I can't see that I have 7 4-pound things here, but we're gonna see. I think I measured wrong somewhere.
okay. There's some more boxes up here. Cool. I love me some Ravnica lore.
I love the smell of Ravnica lore in the morning. Wait, wrong frame.
So I was just saying how, like earlier, I was saying that yeah, I measured wrong somewhere. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 4 more 4-pound things. All right. Let's see how far we get.
I honestly have to that despite the Magellan ties in this campaign, that since we all love Ravnica so much, it almost seems like
Another
Ravnica
Ravnica campaign.
would, yeah, I mean, maybe be a better direction if the Magellan story peters out this time.
question is, will we have to perform?
I mean, I love Magellan, but I also love Ravnica, and everybody seems to love Ravnica.
Yeah, I don't know if blue would be good with the random crap that I make up for Ravnica.
Uh,
Um,
Artificial wizards.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I have no idea what Kai would do in Ravnica this time.
Yeah, I don't know.
But I did enjoy Ravnica. I would definitely do it. Not exactly 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, you know what? I had that one pot that I screwed up. That went in the fuck it bucket. That's why I don't have enough clay. Okay, that's fine then.
I
Just
honestly wish I could do justice to the game that you were in, where you were Boogs originally. That way you could play Boogs in his official setting.
Boogs was made by the, or not made. Boogs became, wait. Oh yeah, Boogs got flushed by the Simic. Ended up in the Golgari. Hung out with them for a while. When in adventuring, what?
You can change guild.
Well, so Boogs was created by the Simic, like he was made, and then they flushed him down the drain.
What?
Because he was a failed experiment. And then I started eating stuff in the sewers. And my friend Nicholas, I think, the insect guy that I can't think of what the name of their species are called.
Sorry, Green?
Yeah, Dry Green. Found me and started feeding me. So I just started bringing him random things that I found in the sewers. And he just kept feeding me. And then the adventuring party found me and was like, "Ooze don't talk. What the fuck?" And then obviously they decided not to kill me because, you know, player. So they adopted me as the mascot.
Oh, that's adorable.
So yeah, so I was the mascot. They were feeding me potions that they were experimenting on me pretty much. They made me flammable.
I mean, wouldn't you be flammable by default being an ooze?
No. Oozes don't flame. Yeah, so they kept feeding me things and they made me flammable. And then they would light me on fire and roll me into battle.
I am the dread pirate Boogs.
That redefines the term I cast fireball.
And then I would run in and I would grapple stuff. And I would
Flaming spear of Boogs.
and I would give them fire damage on top of my bludgeoning damage. And
That's
then
awesome.
yeah, and then because he wanted me to be able to like actually consume things and like do stuff with that, if I had somebody grapple, if they started their turn grappled by me, they took acid damage. Because they were being literally digested by me.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. That DM was really good. I'd have to say and it was because the party took the time outside of character or outside of like adventuring to put in the work to make me do things, which was
Uh-huh.
cool. And
No, Lily, we don't.
unfortunately, when that campaign fell apart, they were making me poisonous so
Oh
that I
dear.
could either do additional fire damage or poison damage.
I find poison damage to be a amusing concept because, like, a third of the monsters are immune to it, if not resistant.
It just depends on what you're fighting. If you're fighting a bunch of like beasts that have their own natural poison, then yeah.
Mm.
Um, which why a snake is immune to, I don't know, a giant worm's poison is silly, but whatever.
Yeah, I mean mechanically, it's there's certainly problems with poison, but I don't know. I come back to do whatever makes sense for your character, and not every decision needs to be the best or the most optimal.
Yeah.
Blast.
Which is to say that, I mean, if poison makes sense for your character, then take it, do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Um,
fun trying to figure out how to solve problems when you don't like just automatically have the solutions.
Right?
yeah.
Like, I'm trying to figure out a good way to give Duvanian necrotic damage, but I don't know how. As in within
Why
traditional
does why
Yeah.
does he need necrotic damage? Why do you want him to have necrotic damage?
I just thought it would be cool. I don't have a mechanical reason.
No,
But
not
why is it
mechanical.
cool?
Why does Duvanian want to do necrotic damage?
Because it fits her shadow theme. Or is shadow and necrotic two different things?
The DC-20 version of like necrotic, which is umbral, makes sense in a shadow kind of thing.
Yeah. And most
Um,
like shadow type things do necrotic damage, so that makes sense.
yeah. So it's not just because it's a reliable damage source, but
Oh no.
because is it fits the concept.
Yeah. If I was going to go by reliable damage, I would have gone cold.
Really? I mean,
Yeah.
there's less things cold resistant than like fire, but or poison. But
Well, because at the bonus, cold also gives, a lot of times, a reduction in speed, too.
So you want necrotic damage. How do you want to do necrotic damage? Like what do you want to steal people's shadows?
Ooh. That would be fun. And it would fit with her. It would fit with her persona. Because remember, I said her name means beautiful shadow girl.
Hmm.
So her playing with shadows like that would be interesting.
Okay. So then you want the insect staff, but like would you rather make something that steals shadows?
As in a homebrew weapon?
Yeah.
Sure. I
Okay.
was go- as far as the insect staff goes, I was honestly going for the obscurement option and trying to figure out a way to make it work. But given a shadow staff would literally present the idea of obscurement. Because what caught my attention about it was that it creates a heavy obscurement that you can still see through.
Right.
Oh my stars, I just now realized something. Have you ever seen the Disney flick Princess and the Frog?
Yeah.
We are turning her into Dr. Facilier
Okay.
at this rate. At this rate, she'd be the Shadow Woman. I love it.
So you want to steal people's shadows, and when those shadows are stolen, you do necrotic damage to them. Do they keep taking necrotic damage until they can get their shadow back?
That
If
sounds like a reskinned Witch Bolt.
I was gonna
Maybe.
say, yeah. If you think that's a fair concept, sure, that'd be cool.
How
Aww.
long does Witch Bolt last, Gary? Is that a minute?
1 minute, maybe? I think a minute.
What could you do with their shadow for a minute?
I mean, if we're playing off of the Facilier theme, I would basically take control of it. Where, like, if I wanted the shadow to move in a certain way, it would move the character.
Okay, so that's like the command spell.
Or
Charm Person.
charm, yeah. Another idea following along that theme would be like, I could use the shadow as like an unseen servant to do things for me. Like
Okay.
what he would do, for example, was um, when he was bringing people in, he would have the shadow pull out the chairs to allow them to sit down or things like that.
Okay. So do you want, even after something dies, do you still want access to their shadows?
Ooh, that'd be cool.
Like you can bring shadows out of the weapon to do stuff with?
That'd be fun.
Okay. Okay.
Um, the only thing that I can't do is put the pigs in because unless I do and then not put your thing in.
That's fine. You can put the pigs in instead.
Okay.
I'm trying to keep Lily mollified so that she doesn't try and roll over.
Why don't you want her rolling over?
Because when she rolls over and I have my hands full, it's hard for me to roll her back over.
Okay. And you don't want her to have belly time right now?
Considering she's had belly time for most of the yeah.
I'll lay it down, but it's not necessary.
415. I think I'm only going to get one more thing thrown, and then the rest of this is going to have to be bagged up. All right, so I'll look into shadowy type stuff. I'll start reading up on, like, shadows the monsters and different things that steal shadows and what they do with them, and I'll play with that and see what I can find. And if you see anything that you think is cool, send it over to me.
Okie dokie.
Um, but But yeah, I think that's cool. And that's like something that's your own that you're making. Like, and I like that idea.
Yeah,
Um,
I like the idea. I'm just more concerned with overstepping bounds. I don't want to abuse your generosity.
I mean, you're gonna have to make this. You're gonna work for this item.
I know that.
There's no generosity here. This is plot, baby.
if I could give a suggestion that popped in my head is um, the Hexblade's level 6 ability could be one way to do a Steel Shadow.
Okay.
Um,
I will have
it's like when a
uh,
creature dies, you gain that specter, but it could be like the creature's shadow.
Okay.
oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah. That's the easiest way to homebrew something is just to borrow features from elsewhere and reflavor them.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. I
I
will
love
look
the
into that.
piggies. Just so cute.
Of course, by that logic, would she have to take 6 levels in Warlock?
No, it would be
No,
a
you're
magic
gonna
item that you would be creating.
Oh,
build it
okay.
into your staff, yeah.
Yep. Oh yeah, no, I want you to I hate getting things through level ups. I want you guys to train for stuff. I want you guys to find stuff. I want you guys to work together to make like because these magic items exist in the world. Like, not the homebrew ones, but like all the ones from
Right.
like the DMG and stuff, they exist in the world. So somebody made them or something happened that they were
Okay.
created.
Feedback. I don't know what it is.
Gary is starting the timer on the kiln.
Ah.
I just changed it to fast, but
Yep.
or should it have been standard?
Nope, fast.
What are you doing?
Fast for
Hopefully
ceramic.
that's right.
No,
That's
not
right.
you.
Oh
Sorry.
04. I haven't done in a while. Oh 04, yeah.
Yep, 04.
And it looks like you closed the things on the kiln.
Yep.
The exhaust ports.
Lily has me confused. She has her hand in her mouth and is just sitting there.
Yep. Tastes good.
Are so cute. Love them. Love them so much.
And I will say, for what it's worth, as far as babies go, God has been very gracious with her.
That's good.
Yes. I'd say so far this whole rolling thing has been the worst I've had to deal with.
That's normal. She's, learning how to move and
Oh,
how limbs
oh,
work.
absolutely. I know. Are we still recording?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yep. I'm gonna get this one done. Maybe I'll do another one if our company isn't here yet.
Oh. And then I will probably a quick break in about 10 minutes or so because that'll be Jean's last break. So she will likely talk to me.
Oh. Yeah, we actually have Mike coming over tonight.
It's 4:18, just so you know.
I know. I keep looking at the clock. I'm hoping I will get this one done. I'm hoping to get another one done before they get here, but we'll see.
Rolling over like
We also have to go pick up food, right?
5 o'clock.
that.
I want to try to box up that tree. I could actually wait till he gets here. Then let him see it.
Prescriptions where you can pay nothing. You can get $0 copays.
$0 copays.
Oh yeah, that's great, right?
It would come in handy, depending on what it is. Yeah, I know.
Bloop.
Lily's just looking at me like, Daddy, why am I in this position? Well, because I've got her lying on her back on the boppy. What's amusing is if I turn on something on YouTube, she will sit there and
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, kids love
We
love the
babysit 2 little
videos.
girls, and they are obsessed with YouTube. Miss Rachel is like the thing.
yes, actually, Jean will turn Miss Rachel on for Lily. And the funny part is, it's cute. It's legit where it's one of those where it's like, okay, they're actually stepping up their game and not just making something stupid just because.
Oh, yeah, she's licensed teacher.
Oh,
Miss Rachel? Yep, she
that
is.
explains.
Yeah, she's licensed teacher. She
I
has
will
a bunch of
off,
qualifications and stuff.
offhand the only one downside, and I say downside loosely, to Miss Rachel at this point is that I've gotten this stupid Adams Family theme song stuck in my head
Uh-huh.
because she has it set to the days of the week.
Yep.
Yeah, I know. You're okay.
Okay.
Meanwhile, we're trying to figure out how to keep her from scratching her face because we put the little mittens on her hands and she has figured out how to remove them using her mouth.
Yep.
But at the
Yeah.
same time, face gets itchy. I don't scratch because with my luck, my nails being fully formed are in her.
All right, this is gonna need a heat gun.
For the first time I saw a heat gun, it caught me by surprise because I thought it was a fryer,
Yeah, no, they get super duper hot.
right?
Yeah.
All right.
I will say, if you ever need an impromptu heat source, take a bag full of ping pong balls and stuff them in an empty proof bucket and then light it ablaze. The ping pong balls will stay lit for hours.
I feel like burning plastic and being near it is not a good thing.
Ironically, they're more petroleum than they are plastic. Used to learn.
Hmm.
Meanwhile, She's trying to learn how to sit up, which because so far all she can do is these little mini crunches.
Mhm.
I said, yeah, if you were my age, I would think you were going for a 6-pack.
Mhm.
I will say dealing with her has been a good workout. It's gotten my arms stronger than I expected to. Yeah, I know. I'm talking about you. Oh, you still there, Allie?
Yep, still here. Gary's feeding
Oh,
me cookies.
well, because I noticed Gary was on mute. That's why I was like, okay, did something happen? Let's see. It is almost time. Okay, I'm going to step away for just a bit, but I'll be back in probably about 15 minutes or so.
Cool. Have fun. Okay. Well, that's interesting. A shadow weapon of some description. I'm definitely going to have to look into that. And I love that he
Yeah,
wants to make it. Um,
yeah, that's cool.
because that is like 5 plot quests.
Ha. DM Gold.
Mhm. Yeah, I love when my players actually want to do like specific things. Um, and want specific weapons and whatnot. Um, I've kind of come to the conclusion with this campaign that unless it is oh, um, common or uncommon,
Yeah.
it's not just going to be in a store.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
Um, oh,
Well,
Eastern Monroe. I don't know what that is. Oh, probably the library. Totally got to bring those books back.
Starlet unfortunately has no real desire for things. But, on the other hand, should Theo want something, Starlet would probably do anything to
To
try
help
to
him.
help him.
Yeah.
I have a very easy to motivate character, but who doesn't need to be center stage?
Oh, 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 oh.
Oh,
My sponge went away.
I didn't send it. One for the bottom of the tree, one for the base. And that's it. On the bottom of the tree, one for the base. Wow. Don't.
My phone's a little crazy.
So I'm really proud of my photo feed that I did, I think, in general. A little bit of Mid-Journey. You could see that image if you want to.
Nice. Is that for the pig?
For the pig? No. For the Abomination Vaults game.
Oh, okay.
It's not very creepy dungeon, but I think it has like a prominent female on a horse, um, like riding out of a town.
Okay.
So, and I remember that having somebody who, like, prominent person that Starplaying says that sells.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And I think I could be wrong, but I'm going to take a guess that a prominent female is going to sell better than a prominent male, just for that sex appeal.
Okay. Like it.
And I mean, it's slightly active. The person in the image, the prominent female, is like smiling, so it's inviting. And, yeah, I think it'll probably do pretty well. I hope. I'm waiting for it to be approved now, of course, but it's all filled out otherwise. And then once it is, I'll send it to the current players so that they can join. And the biggest issue that I see is still, are people going to want to join a campaign that starts at level 4 and goes to 10 in a system that is still in beta and that currently level caps at 4?
I mean, they're not going to get that experience anywhere else.
That's
So.
true. That's true. And the other piece of it is that the players would be stuck at level 4 for a while, but I think that's probably fine too.
Yeah, I don't think that's an issue. All right. Another one bites the dust.
But a couple things that I did is I linked to the YouTube video where people can see the Roll20 character sheet. So I think that should help. That's a plus.
Mm-hmm.
And I did something else too. The link to the Roll20 character sheet. I don't remember if I have. I know I had to watch the Bulls. I'm not sure if I linked to the character sheet videos in the other descriptions. So I think it's good that I did that.
Rawr.
And I also linked to Halloween Havoc so that they can watch me run DC20 for a bunch of YouTubers. And I linked to my Troubles in Otari prep so that they could see what I've put into the game.
All right. I guess I should be done for the day. I'm going to put a bag over that. The rest of this will sit for probably till after dinner. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for following along with this challenge. I am going to head off.